The more and more things happen and go viral, so to speak, they trend on Twitter and stuff like that, and people are talking about them, the more it shows me that the masses have this unrealistic expectation of love, of marriage, of relationship, of long-term relationship. It's just very weird to me. Like, I saw something that was trending this past week about a couple who is together and is happy. They're together, they're happy, they got kids. I think they got another kid on the way. And people, they told their story.
Is this Tobe and Fat?
Yeah. They were
this bothered me.
They were telling their story about how they met, and people was eating them up because they didn't like this. They thought the story wasn't like lovey-dovey enough. And it just told me, like, you guys have this crazy, unrealistic idea, this fantasy that y'all have of marriage and love. Let me tell y'all, does not exist, period. It don't exist no matter what age you are, no matter what tax bracket you in, the color of your skin. It doesn't exist. This like Snow White fairy tale shit that y'all looking for. Great couples that love each other, that are been happily married for years. It don't look like how y'all, where nobody has problems and everybody came together just at this magical night one day. Yeah. They were just walking across the park and saw their partner. Like, what the fuck? It's just weird.
But my thing is, interactions, relationships, period, are nuanced, right? Y'all, like some of us, like everything, I think that they were telling their authentic story. And okay, no, maybe he didn't want her in the beginning. Like, all right, we get it. You ain't putting up with that. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God. When I was listening to these
so
people,
much,
like,
I would never.
Just because you are, somebody says, these people, and it was really fascinating because I really do believe relationships are rooted in adversity.
1,000%.
Because it's like these constant small battles that you're just getting through together to strengthen your bond. And I thought that them telling their story, even letting you raggedy know not their mother jumpers in. Even if it was something that, imagine it may have in the moment been something that bothered her, right? Imagine they get to this point where they can even share their story. And then you two nothing bitches who don't got a man, not no kid, not no nothing. Or you got 17 baby daddies and you worried about whether or not I'm putting up with something.
Y'all ain't putting up with nothing.
That's how, and not to say you're getting a husband or anything like that is the end all be all. I'm not saying that.
We just talking about relationship, period. Forget even getting married. Y'all not forget that. Y'all are, a lot of y'all are hopping from relationship to relationship and always blaming the other person. And a lot of it comes down to one, expectations, and you living in this false reality, like of one searching for the perfect relation. No relationship is perfect.
No relationship is perfect.
Like it's you can find happiness, you can find love in very fulfilling ways. And you're still gonna have obstacles, you're still gonna have drama, right. You're still gonna have I ain't gonna do it, nobody yelling at me. I ain't gonna do it. Nobody did. I mean, it's like y'all not gonna deal with a human being. Period.
It's the oddest thing. Who are y'all dealing with? What kind of iRobot bullshit is going on here? Like, people do things. People are not always their best selves, and it's just always so fascinating to me because people really are rooted in flaws. Like, we are really just a compilation of all of our worst and best flaws, and it's just like we pretend as if when we're talking about interactions with other people that they no longer exist. It is the most fascinating thing. Who's to say, like, yeah, maybe he wasn't as into her as he thought he was.
Who cares? This is this thing of y'all are so about this gender stuff, right? Y'all wanted to be gender neutral, gender equality, all of the gender stuff. But you know how many women I've heard tell that story, and nobody batted an eye. Nobody gave a fuck.
What you mean?
How many women I know told the story of I ain't want him in the beginning, and then right. So everybody is power to the equal. Yeah. And then a man tells a story. I've heard 1,000 happily married couples. Yeah. I've heard 1,000 women tell the story about how she ain't want her husband, and her husband chased her for a little bit, and now they have 10,000 kids, and nobody batted. Y'all pick and choose what y'all mad about. and y'all not putting up with nothing nothing. No human act you're putting up with.
Worth having is worth fighting for.
That part
if
too.
If she felt like there was value there and she wanted to continue to pursue the value, who are we to assess value to something we know nothing about?
Also, aren't y'all the queens of...
That's not even on a reality show. Like, we talk about shit that's on a reality show.
Right.
This is something, a blurb of somebody's life that they happen to share with you. Now they have like 3 or 4 beautiful children living a life
and are
together,
happy,
built a brand together, and then y'all could find a way to dismember that
because it didn't
seem right to you.
Yeah, because it didn't come together in this Disney fairy tale way that y'all thought it was supposed to come together. How is it supposed to happen? You know what I mean? Like, what's because obviously y'all got a lot of people have this one size fits all idea. Right.
But I think your mind is such a fascinating place. You create these worlds. And then when you're in these worlds, because you live so intently in your mind, and I'm a Virgo, so I know this, I got a whole motherfucking metaverse in my head. You know what I mean?
Sure do.
And a lot of y'all do. And the reality is that when y'all are speaking about the things that are happening in reality, relationships in reality, a lot of it is rooted in the story you are telling yourself in the metaverse.
Yeah.
And it's like, that don't make no damn sense. Now, I'm not saying you don't want your man. Nobody want their man to be cursing them the fuck out, to be doing this, to be snapping on them. Nobody wants that. But will a man turn around and be like, my guy, shut up?
I mean, name a relationship period where people haven't argued.
I just find it fascinating.
That's what I'm saying. That's not realistic. You don't want a human.
Or we're all not getting together because you looked at me, I looked at you. We felt that warm, tingly feeling.
No,
and
that's
we've just
not,
been together forever.
No, that's not how it happens.
Real life. It's just like,
we've never had any problems. We've never had an argument.
Yeah,
I would never deal with.
But I tell people all the time, I look at my own relationship and think about how many people wouldn't be in this relationship as long as Joe and I have been. We have done been through so many iterations of ourselves, faced so much. Not even saying like so much, but we have.
We have a lot of, y'all, of course.
We have, you know what I mean? And that's what I be saying. And
anybody who's been dealing with each other 10 plus years, 15 plus years, anybody. But y'all don't have a lot of y'all is proving that y'all don't have the stomach for that. So y'all, people, that's what I mean by, we kind of got off the rails for a minute, but this is the point. The point is that a lot of these people, and it's evident for people who sign up for the show, have a really warped expectation of what marriage looks like, what long-lasting relationships look like, and it really starts with
at home.
It really starts with adversity. Like, y'all really don't have the stomach for adversity. Y'all even when we're going to talk about the other show that we're going to pick up with in Love Is Blind. That the one couple from, I don't know if it was last season or a season ago, with the Asian woman and the guy, I think his name was Shane. Okay. They had one argument. They were so in love with each other. They had one argument, and now anytime you see them in an interview, you could tell that they're so broken about the one that got away, which is Shane and her.
Stupid.
And it's like, this is how a lot of y'all expect to find love in marriage and build families with these people.
Yeah, like sometimes you don't like that motherfucker in the beginning.
Like
sometimes I'm sorry to use that strong language with y'all,
but it's true.
But it's the truth. Like sometimes you just don't. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you like, hell, if we was listening to me and Joe wouldn't be married.
Period.
It's the truth. Because I was like, I'll never go back and I'll never leave now. You know what I mean? And it's like, I think things change and you get different perspectives. But I said this to you. I feel like when you're in a long-term relationship, because I don't want to negate the fact, I believe like long-term relationship and marriage are, comparable. But if you're in a long-term relationship or you're in a marriage, I think that people kind of understand the nuances of that better, and they also understand that it really is a day-to-day thing. Things are different, and you won't really understand, and this sounds so bad because I hate when people say you don't understand me unless you're dealing with it, but that's the fucking truth. A lot of y'all being single in the age that we're in is very different nowadays.
Oh yeah,
it's very different. Back in the day it wasn't like this. You ain't had motherfuckers in your business like that. Mm-hmm. If they wasn't like 5 people, like, just in your circle, outside of those 5 people, everybody else is not in your business. It's such a different world now. And it's like, I think that when we look at that, we feel like we gotta have these over expectations. for our spouse so we could look a certain way. A lot of the decisions y'all making is rooted in the fact that you need affirmation from other motherfuckers.
Right.
And you do not like yourself. That's the reality, because she sat there and told her story and ain't had no problem with it. Why y'all have a problem with it?
Right.
Why? Because she's so strong in the fact that, okay, maybe he ain't like me in the beginning, and he married now. He's married now. With
kids and happy. It ain't like they
built us a whole brain.
It ain't like flourishing. It ain't like, he beating up on side of her head and she been in and out the hospital. We ain't talking about Krishan and Blueface.
How about,
like
which first of all, let me say this. Y'all, I'm really trying to figure out why we are covering these things on black media profiles.
Because drama. People
but
love
to
clickbait.
Me,
y'all
it
just
don't
want
feel
drama.
Like black people do not need to see that. We need to see more love, more affection, more. And y'all showing us this young
toxic
people,
ass,
toxic.
WWE
she apparently is suffering from some mental illness, him as well. And y'all, this is what we perpetuating. But I know we are on the largest tangent of life.